It is time to wake up. They're literally showing you their game plan, the exact game plan. So I'm going to give you some facts, figures, numbers, logic. I'm going to help you take the middle ground and help show you how I navigate through these systems. So what we're going to look at in today's video is the exact moves that Michael Saylor made. We're also going to talk a little bit about the Clarity Act and how banks are panicking. They're the ones that told you to look this way from crypto, and now they're fully coming into crypto. So first, let's talk about Michael Saylor's move. First, he said he would never, ever sell Bitcoin. Then he said, we will sell Bitcoin. That panicked the market. Now that's one of two things happening in cryptocurrency. One thing that's liquidating cryptocurrency is the AI boom, which I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Don't get played in this AI boom. Understand how to get in when it's red and exit when it's green. Remember, green is red is green. So Michael Saylor said he would never sell Bitcoin. Then he said he will sell Bitcoin. That panicked the market. Then the next week, he bought bonds. Panicked the market. What? He didn't buy Bitcoin, he bought bonds. Then he sold 32 Bitcoin. He owns 850,000 Bitcoin. He sold 32 and the market lost their shit. Why would he only sell 32 Bitcoin? Think about this. Then the next week, he comes along yesterday and buys 1,550 Bitcoin. He sold at 75,000 and he bought in at 65,000. So if you just have a logical circuit, would it appear that he caused a ton of FUD in the market along with AI booming and people trying to liquidate to go into AI to try to get rich quick? And he's like, I'm going to tell him I'm going to sell Bitcoin, and then I'm going to buy bonds, and then I'm going to sell some Bitcoin, let the market collapse, and then I'm going to buy in 1,500. So we'll see the moves that he makes over the next couple of weeks. Now, he has been headline news nonstop. Think about that. He's been headline news nonstop. So either he's an absolute madman or a genius. But here's where the logical circuit kicks in. Is why would BlackRock be the number 3 holder in Strategy B? The number 1 holder in Bitcoin. And why would BlackRock be the number 1 holder through IBIT, their BlackRock Bitcoin ETF? So BlackRock is the number 3 holder in Strategy B that holds 850,000 Bitcoin. And BlackRock is the number 1 holder through IBIT. So you really think Bitcoin's going to zero? Do you really logically think Bitcoin's going to zero? They're working on creating a Bitcoin strategic reserve, and you think Bitcoin's really going to zero? You have to use logic and no emotion. Everybody freaked out over him selling 30. Why would he just sell 32 Bitcoin? And something kind of weird that we're trying to figure out. And then XXI, 21 Capital, the number 2 treasury in the world, Bitcoin treasury, he sold 32 and then they bought 32 yesterday, which I thought was really weird. Anyways, I digress. So all you're seeing, and I'm going to teach this a little bit deeper tomorrow, is imagine there's no real money in the system, guys. Everything is debt. JP Morgan said this. Gold is the only money, everything else is debt. That's true. Since 1913, everything is debt. All you're seeing is money move from emotional people to non-emotional people, from disciplined to undisciplined. There's an interest symbol. You're earning it or paying it. Wage workers that don't have assets get poorer every single year. Asset owners that are in the top 1%, they don't store their money, they move it back and forth based on macro microeconomics. So big money is flooding into AI. They're gonna pull early, they're gonna wreck you. They're now gonna pull your 401ks into things like OpenAI, Anthropic, SpaceX. They're going to boom this market. It's extremely overvalued. It's gonna come crashing down, I believe, around 2027. That's when I'll go into AI. I don't go in when it's hype. Not right now. That's not when you go in. You go in when it's red. I'm going into crypto right now. So you got to psychologically do completely against what every fiber of your body wants to do. You got to build conviction. Once you build conviction, you do the opposite. So if you're on X, I'm literally posting my buys. I'm showing you what I'm doing. I'm practicing what I preach. That's what made me wealthy, is because I do the opposite of the crowd. When the crowd goes this way, I go this way, okay? When it's going up, I'm going down. When it's going red, I'm going in. When it's going green, I get out. That's a system, okay? Remember, everything's a container. Wherever your money sits, somebody's making money. I created my own banks. So I have cash flow, dividend stocks, cash flowing businesses. All my cash flow outside of debts non-negotiables goes into A, assets that beat inflation. Okay, when those assets beat inflation, I take profits. I put into P, cash value life insurance, protection. I buy more Bitcoin, I buy more silver, protection. Okay. When the markets collapse, I can use my policy to borrow against the insurance company. Boom, I go back in and I turn $1 into two and I buy with OPM other people's money. Market goes up, pay off the debt, repeat the cycle and de-risk, de-risk, de-risk. You need a system. You don't need the next best crypto. Okay. So I'm going to keep bringing this information to you guys. Hit the follow button. Tomorrow I'm going to be teaching you guys what's happening. There was actually an executive order around 401ks pulling private, basically going into private, which I'm going to teach you the private credit markets and what's happening with the stock market. Stock market's overvalued by like 230%. 69 trillion compared to 36 trillion in GDP. You got to learn the game. Okay, you got to go deeper than just, price predictions and hope. You got to learn macro and microeconomics. So hold the line, don't trip, diamond hand, build conviction, and do not invest in an asset unless you understand it. I love you guys. Warriors, let's get your shit together. Let's go.